The Oscars are, by definition, a long night. And it's axiomatic that there are hangovers after a long night out. Then there are those evenings that produce monumental aftershocks and reassessments. Will Smith's sudden actions on stage shortly before he won the award for Best Actor will ensure that the 2022 Oscars will enter the history books in the latter category. According to the dueling rules of the 17th and 18th centuries, when dueling sort of had its vogue in Europe and in its North American colonies, an open-handed slap across the face was thought of as the beginning, not the end, of a challenge between gentlemen. During those centuries, and well into the 19th century in the French colonial cities of New Orleans and Mobile, the challenge proceeded toward the wounding and/or death of the disputants, at which point the elusive commodity of satisfaction was claimed to have been obtained. Obtained by whom and at what cost was, itself, a matter of dispute. It depended on who was left lying on the ground, and in what state. The point is that satisfaction in the very short term is, apparently, the commodity that Mr. Smith was attempting to obtain by slapping Chris Rock full-on, with force, in the middle of Mr. Rock's hostly MC duties, which, by every metric of every award show in history, includes some gentle, and. In other words, what Rock was doing belongs to the DNA of the event. The reality of the Oscars is, no matter the host, if you're well known, and the Smiths are very well known, you can expect that the presenter and his or her writers will find you. Ahoy out there, Ricky Gervais. Bit of advice: if Mr. Smith is in your audience, you might want to drop any material you might have developed about Mrs. Smith from the interstitial monologues. True, also, is the fact that Rock's too swift joke about Jada Pinkett Smith was a bad one. It was bad in several ways, most prominently in that the point of its spear, so to speak, was directed at a lady's appearance, and of an aspect of her appearance, alopecia, with which that lady has publicly shared difficulties. That's a no-no, not just today, in woke culture, but forever, in woke or unwoke times, any way you cut it. Second, it wasn't a successful joke because its a priori requirements, the knowledge of Demi Moore's costume and makeup for the quite forgettable G.I. Jane film, is a mighty skinny premise. Rock himself seems to have acknowledged this with his "I love you but" delivery of the bomb. But the fact of Smith's sudden, shocking blow to Mr. Rock having occurred during the Oscars broadcast, after all, in front of a global audience of millions, means that satisfaction of any sort, other than the award for Smith's fine portrayal of the occasionally harsh Richard Williams, is going to